Make life yummy with food for your mind and tummy. Lady Yum Yum.
Hi, welcome to the Lady Yum Yum Show. Today I'm making green curry risotto. It's the easiest risotto I make because I use the slow cooker to do most of the work. Let's start with a large onion, which we're going to dice. I cut off both ends of the onion to dice it. Then I cut the onion in half and take the peel off it. Just the outer layers. It's usually 1 or 2 outer layers. Now I'm going to cut it in about 3 strips, horizontal strips. And then I cut my vertical strips. And then I dice. I have a medium flame on my frying pan, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. And then I can add my onions, and we're going to saute these until they're pretty much clear. So quite a few minutes. Give them a little stir. Make sure the oil is all around them. Make sure you use Arborio rice when you make risotto. You can't use just any long grain or short grain rice. This rice makes a nice creamy texture to the risotto. We're going to use a cup of rice in our risotto today. And when you make risotto, you want to make sure that the rice is thoroughly washed so the starch that's on the outside is taken away. So I use this little metal colander. You'll know the rice is rinsed enough when this comes out clear. Right now it's kind of a milky, cloudy color. And as you rinse it really, really well, it'll eventually go clear. There, that's totally clear now. So I know I've got all the starch off it. And we'll take this over to the onions. Our onions have been cooking for about 5 or so minutes. And you can tell they're just at that milky clear state, but there's no brown on them. It doesn't look pretty if there's brown in this dish. Now we add our risotto, or I'm sorry, our rice. It's not risotto until it's done. And we continue stirring until the rice also becomes clear, that the tips of each rice particle will become clear after a few minutes. So keep stirring until you see the ends of the rice are clear. The final thing we need to do in the frying pan is add some acid. Now in normal risotto, Italian style, you'd usually use white wine, but what I find works out great in this is a citrus vinegar. In my case, I'm using a yuzu, which is a Japanese citrus. But you can use any, lemon vinegar or even just lemon or lime juice if you don't have the vinegar. Anything will work. You just need some acid. So we're going to add a 1/4 cup of this to our fry pan. And continue stirring until the rice has absorbed all this liquid. Just takes a couple seconds for that liquid to absorb. All the liquid has been absorbed into the rice, and so now we just put it all into the slow cooker. Now let's get the rest of our liquids ready to pour on top of this, and we'll be done. We need 3 cups of liquid for our 1 cup of rice to make our risotto. First thing I'm going to use is no chicken broth. I'm going to use 2 cups of this. There we go. And a cup of coconut milk. I'm going to use light coconut milk. You should be able to find this pretty much anywhere. I think I bought this one at Target. You could also, for a lower calorie version, you could use this type of coconut milk. This is fairly new. I see it in some stores, but not all of them. It's about 1/3 the fat of this. And this is a fraction of the fat of real coconut milk. You don't want to use that. Also, there's so many coconut products right now in the market. Don't get this confused with coconut water. You don't want that. And the reason there's so many coconut products on the market is it used to be thought that coconut fat was bad for us because it's a form of saturated fat. But now they know that the medium chain fatty acids found in coconut fat are actually really good for us, and they're not found in many foods. So drink your coconut milk. This risotto gets the majority of its flavor from this green curry paste. I love this stuff. I like green curry, so of course I like this. And I'm going to put a tablespoon in my recipe. Whisk in all the ingredients until the paste dissolves completely. You notice I haven't used salt yet. You might want to add salt at the end, but I find the combination of the paste and the vinegar is enough salt flavor for me. All the curry paste is dissolved now, and I recommend you taste it at this point. You want a nice curry flavor, and you want some of that coconut flavor as well, but check for the heat. If I'm making this for friends, I stop at 1 tablespoon. But if it's only me eating it, I regularly put 2 tablespoons. So you might want to add a little more curry paste so it gets to the heat you like. Now we just dump this all in the crock pot. Now we'll just pour the liquids over the rice and give it a good stir. We don't want anything stuck on the bottom. And this will cook for about 6 hours until it's a creamy consistency, which I think the coconut milk helps make it creamy. So let's set it for low and put it on for 6 hours. It's been about 6 hours, and I checked this about half an hour ago, so I know it's ready. Check it around 5.5 hours and adjust your seasoning. If you need a little more salt or maybe a little lime juice, you could add it then. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh, it looks great. Nice and creamy. Ooh, it looks really good. Ooh, you can tell it's really hot too. There we go. I'm so hungry. The best part about slow cooker is the food comes out so hot, and I love hot food. It's so good. It has a perfect blend of acidity from the vinegar or lime juice if you used it, and the curry. It just goes together so well. I like to serve this with some baked tofu and some steamed veggies to keep the whole meal vegan. But you know, be creative. Serve it any way you like. It's delicious any way you serve it. And the leftovers keep well too. So thanks again for joining us. See our website for more information and the complete recipe. And I'll see you next time.